This past week, I took a trip down to SoCal, and I had just enough time to visit SkyPark at Santa's Village. Now, I didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare, and things were somewhat rushed, but this is everything that I learned from my trip there. For starters, the food is top-notch, with a decent variety, and a very good coffee shop. Now, I didn't bring my own bike, so I rented one. The staff was very helpful, and they were able to hook me up with a solid giant rain, which is what I used for the day that I spent there. Now, before anyone comments, I know about the Powerade. I got thirsty, and I didn't bring a water bottle of my own. Adapt, improvise, overcome. You know how it is. If you don't understand now, someone brings it up later. Look, this was a last-minute decision to go. I bought a ticket the day before I went. Moving on. The bike itself was very well spec'd for the trails there. Now, I don't know anything about the Rain lineup, so I don't know if this bike is normally equipped this way from factory. And if I only had to nitpick one thing or two, I'd probably say that I wasn't a huge fan of the NX drivetrain. Shifting wasn't always on demand at one point, the chain dropped, gears on its own. Also, the dropper wasn't always the most responsive, but I'll chuck most of those complaints to it being a loaner bikes. And I don't expect customers to treat loaner cars well when I worked in the auto industry, so why do you expect the same thing for bikes? Now, onto the parts that I did like. The suspension was honestly way better spec than the Hawk Hill I have at home, but that's expected because my Hawk Hill still has its stock suspension. The Fox 38 on the front paired with the spring in the rear were perfect and honestly leave me wondering how to get a similar setup for the full squishy of my own. On to what I learned. For starters, I enjoyed the ability to climb to continue burning calories and the cardio that's good for my health and well-being. Now with that out of the way, the elevation of the park, according to my Garmin watch, was approximately 5.5 thousand feet above sea level. As cool as the view is from the top, climbing over and over again left me completely out of breath. And completely envious of those who rented e-bikes. I think if I were to do it again, maybe spend a little extra to get an e-bike and be able to join more downhill runs. Another thing I learned is that rental bikes are great for various reasons, but you shouldn't try to get too overconfident too soon. In other words, I fell pretty early on and banged my knee, and for the rest of the day I had to take it easy on climbs and descents. Yay me. Despite this, I can honestly say I still had a blast. I enjoyed my time there, the convenience of getting foods and drinks there, and enjoying a nice day outside. If I could do a couple things over again, I honestly would have just spent that little bit extra to get an e-bike, or maybe I brought the knee pads that I had at home. It's funny how you pay for it twice, once when you buy it and another time if you don't use it, but that's life. Also, I would have figured out something different to record my trail footage, but hindsight is 2020 and I've already found something better, but that's for a later time. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I can't wait to go again. What happened? I mean, this could happen with any bike, but man, right now,